4 Tuesdays before our 5th anniversary, I got a voicemail from a woman whose voice sounded like a champagne flute. Bright, careful, a little brittle. Hi, this is Eliza from the Sycamore House. I'm confirming head count for your rehearsal dinner on June 22nd. We have you and Adam Hale as the couple, plus the vegan entree count. Can you call back? I played it twice. Then I checked the calendar on the wall where we keep dentist appointments and dog vaccinations. June 22nd had a sticky note for Mom's MRI. My husband Adam was at a sales offsite in another state. He texts me photos of bad coffee and conference lanyards when he travels. If he booked a rehearsal dinner for anyone, it wasn't us. We got married on a Wednesday in a courthouse with thrift store confetti. No rehearsal, no need. I didn't call back with a scream. I called back with a notepad. And I opened a folder called Receipts that ended with a venue canceling a wedding, a courthouse file unrolling like a carpet, and me signing a separation with the same pen Adam used to sign the venue contract. Act Y, beige, flags before, a bouquet toss. I'm Lila, 32, program manager at a medical device company. I live by Gantt charts and grocery lists. Adam is 34, enterprise sales. Charismatic, useful in a room that needs money, allergic to calendars unless they have flights. We met at a charity 5K and married fast, 8 months from pasta to paperwork, because we were in love and impatient. We promised to do a real party later when time and money aligned. Life did not align. Layoffs, my dad's hip surgery, his Q4 that never ends, and my quiet relief that the party could wait. Beige flags arrived in tiny fonts. He introduced me to exactly 2 coworkers and kept boundaries about the rest. His phone's calendar was always on busy private. He became religious about do not disturb at dinner, so we're present. He said, I'm terrible with Google Photos, but his albums were tidy when he wanted them to be. The human heart is a great pattern matcher, the human nervous system, less so. I called the flags quirks and labeled them with jokes. Act 2, the phone call that wrote itself. Hi, Eliza, I said to the voicemail lady. Just confirming the details you have for June 22nd. It's rehearsal only the 22nd, ceremony and reception the 23rd, she chirped. Congratulations again. We're obsessed with your palette, honey, sage, and rust. Chef is so excited for the late-night Arepa station. The couple's names? I asked, pen uncapped. Elizabeth Carter and Adam Hale, she said. Bride's planner is Mara Quinn. You and I emailed when I sent the ceremony diagram. The signed contract is under Hale. He paid the deposit the day it went out. We just need final head count by Friday. The dog lifted her head. My heartbeat was a woodpecker against drywall. Could you resend me the contract PDF? I asked. My planner is out this week, and I want to make sure we're aligned. She did not hesitate. Sure, same email? She read out Adamandlilai, our household address for delivery receipts and utilities. I'm on it. I invented it. My name was on the receiving end of a document I didn't know existed. A minute later, the email arrived. Sycamore House contract. Hale, Carter. I opened the PDF, scrolled to the signature page, and stopped breathing for 2 beats. Client, Adam Hale. Co-client, Elizabeth Carter. Deposit, $7,500, paid by ACH. Routing masked, but last 4 digits match the checking account we use for joint bills. Signature, his swishy A, the same flourish that loops on sticky notes and cards. Date, 6 weeks ago. I took 3 screenshots and saved the PDF to receipts. I did not reply to Eliza yet. Politeness is a bridge. I needed an exit. Act 3, the map. Under the carpet. People hide things in the same 5 ways. They rename files, they move events, they switch devices, they delete logs, and they pray you prefer romance to math. I prefer math. 1, the calendar. Adam and I share a family Google calendar. He puts busy private. I put destinations, even for grocery runs. I opened his separate work calendar that he once synced to my phone during a road trip. Offsite on June 21st, 24. Location, San Mateo, his HQ. The Sycamore House is not in San Mateo. It's 30 minutes from our house in Riverside. I opened calendar, settings, view options, and ticked show declined events. 2 ghost entries appeared on June 23rd on his personal calendar. A wedding emoji and the word hold. He declined them after creating them. 2, the email. He uses Adam Personale for family, adam.worka for deals. Our shared address is for boxes and dog groomers. His contract with the venue was sent to Adamund Lilai, our joint, CCing adam.worka. He didn't think or didn't care I'd see it. I searched Sycamore in our joint account, not just the contract. 5 emails, timeline, tasting confirmation, parking map, bar package. He starred none. 3. The bank. Our joint checking had a $7,500 ACH to Psych Sevens 6 weeks ago. In the same week, a $12,800 charge to Honey plus Rust Rentals. Pallet bleeds into vendors. Description: deposit. 2 days later, a transfer from his personal to our joint labeled bonus top-up. He always says, "I'll handle the treats." He handled the theft. 4. The planner. The emails mentioned Mara Quinn, the planner. Her signature had a phone number and a website. I clicked. Past weddings showed honey sage palettes, terracotta napkins, and a bride named Eliza at a different venue last year. Comments under a photo displayed Eliza Carter Studio, Harding everything. The account bio: illustrator, recovering corporate, getting married in June. Ring emoji. I clicked her profile. Photos of art prints, a hand with a ring, a bouquet mood board. A reflection in a window shot caught a man's shoulder and a watch I'd given Adam last Christmas. He DM'd her a heart. From his work account, the one he follows me from too. 5. The courthouse. I opened the county court portal and searched marriage license. Our state posts public indexes, but not images. 2 months ago, application filed for Hale Carter. I pulled the instrument number and bookmarked the page. I called the clerk like a person asking for a library book. "Are marriage license applications public?" I asked. "They are," she said. "Certified copies available to parties, indexed to anyone." "Do you show status?" I said. My voice didn't shake because I wrote the question in advance. She read, "Applied, not yet returned." Good. He hadn't married her yet. Act IV, the kindness of paper. I made a no, don't know list. No, he signed a venue contract and paid deposit from our joint. There's a licensed application on file with another woman. He used our shared email to receive vendor info. He blocked out the day as off-site. The venue thinks I'm Mara, the planner. Don't know how to pull the plug cleanly without lawsuits against me, whether Eliza knows about me, whether I want to scorch earth or plant perennials. I called a lawyer, Ms. Patel, referred by a friend who'd left a marriage with receipts and goodwill intact. I emailed her the contract, bank details, calendar screenshots, and the court index. She replied in under an hour. "First, I'm sorry. Second, you've done perfect early work. Third, here's our plan. Plan: protect yourself financially. Separate accounts, pause joint card, stop automatic bill pays. He can weaponize. File a notice with the court clerk referencing an active marriage distributed in another case number, ours. To put a note in the license file. Some clerks add internal notes, if not, no harm. Send a demand to Adam to cease wedding-related spending from any joint funds and reimburse deposits within 10 days. Draft a separation proposal and, if needed, temporary orders for exclusive occupancy of our rental and to protect assets. Venue. Put them on notice, politely in writing, that their contracted groom is currently married to someone else and that you, the spouse, do not consent to use of community funds. They will not want the risk. No contact with the other woman until we decide strategy. If she's an innocent, she'll benefit from facts, not fury. She ended with a sentence I printed and taped inside my notebook. Kindness is not conflict avoidance. It is clarity without cruelty. Act 5. The venue. Email I wrote to Eliza Sycamore and CC'd Info Sycamore, so the general inbox saw it, the owner, listed on the website, and my attorney. I kept my heart on the page margin where it wouldn't spill. Hi, Eliza and Sycamore House team. I'm writing regarding contract Badger SE 2025-233 for Hale Carter, June 23rd. The Adam Hale listed as client is my current legal spouse. We are not separated. I do not consent to use of any community funds for this event. Enclosed, copy of contract signature page, Adam Hale, proof of ACH from a joint account, and the marriage license index showing an open application for Hale Carter. Please confirm receipt and pause all non-refundable spends pending our counsel's follow-up. We anticipate amicable resolution. Lila Hale Eliza replied 10 minutes later, the speed of a professional saving her venue. Lila, I'm so sorry. We're pausing this event immediately and escalating to ownership and counsel. We will not make further charges. Please have your attorney connect with ours. Eliza. 5 minutes after that, a separate email from owner Sycamore with a sentence that performs backflips for professionalism. We will not host events that expose us to legal or ethical risk. Translation, they were out. If they couldn't get a clean path from Adam, they'd cancel. Venues have been sued for less. They had no appetite. Act 6, the ask for paper, not apology. Adam came home the next night with airport hair and a carry-on. He dropped the bag and looked at me like he'd rehearsed a pivot. Big week. How was yours? I had a manila folder on the table and a pot of soup on the stove. I am at my most dangerous when I'm domestic. We need to talk, I said. I know about Sycamore House, I know about the license, I know about Eliza. He tried the latter down. Lie, minimize, future fake. We're separated in spirit, he said. Untrue. I was going to tell you, he said. Watch stutter. You deserve a real wedding too, he said. The manipulation that thinks your heart is a coupon. I slid the contract, the ACH screenshot, the license index, and the venue owner's email across the table. He went still like prey. Then he tried rage. Are you spying? Those emails were for work. They were sent to our shared address, I said, and you used our joint account to pay their deposit. This isn't privacy. It's embezzlement with romance. He started in on Eliza. She didn't know, he said. She thought I don't want her story from you, I said. I want your signature on this. I slid the separation and reimbursement demand Ms. Patel drafted, reimburse $1,300 to joint account, venue plus rentals within 10 days, agree to no new charges on joint card, disclose all wedding-related contracts signed in last 90 days, move out within 14 days, I'd remain in the rental pending lease end, agree to no contact with my family, logistical email only. He laughed. He called me a word men who are cornered in their own choices use to try to make you smaller. I ladled soup into bowls for both of us because I love me. He didn't eat. I'll ruin you, he said. You broke the lease of our life, I said. I'm just returning the keys. He refused to sign in the moment. Of course he did. He's a man who loves a cliffhanger. Act 7, The Other Bride. 2 days later, Eliza emailed me from a new address, personal, not planner. Subject, I didn't know. Lila, I'm the other person. I didn't know about you. He told me he was divorced. He showed me a blank finger and a performative sadness. I only found out when the venue called to say there was a complication. Then they forwarded your email to me at my request because I asked for proof I wasn't reading gossip. I am so sorry you're in this. I'm canceling everything. If you need my statement, I'll give it. I don't romanticize other women. I don't hate them either. She's none of my villains. She's a witness. I wrote back, thank you for writing. I'm sorry too. If you're comfortable, please write a 1-paragraph declaration that you were told he was divorced with the dates of your engagement and any wedding-related contracts he signed. My attorney may ask for it. I hope you're held by people who are kind and who read emails slowly. She sent the declaration that afternoon, plus a screenshot from Adam. Finalizing divorce paperwork. Should be stamped by May. Don't stress. He put a confetti emoji next to the lie. I took a walk, bought eucalyptus, and put it in a vase I didn't mind never seeing again. Act 8. The venue's lawyer, the court's clerk. Sycamore House Counsel called Ms. Patel. They terminated the contract for cause for misrepresentation and attempted fraud upon the venue using community funds without spousal consent. They refunded the deposit to the source, less a small admin fee. They CC'd their insurer because that is how grown-ups play. The clerk added a note on the license file. Spouse contacted office our existing marriage, internal note only. Not a block. They can't block a license, free country, but a record. If Adam returned the license signed, a deputy clerk might choose to ask a clarifying question that would log a lie. My bank saw the refund hit. I watched the number march back into the joint with the satisfaction of a good spreadsheet day. The rentals tried to keep their deposit. Ms. Patel sent a neatly angry letter. Contract voided for misrepresentation and misuse of funds. Accept refund or we will collect in small claims with costs. They refunded. Act 9. the meeting with Ms. Patel and why you want a binder. We met in Ms. Patel's conference room, which is 7 degrees warmer than any courtroom and smells like sanity. She had 3 tabs on a manila folder: marriage, venue, separation. Here's what we're doing next, she said. File for separation with temporary orders protecting me from being held liable for Adam's wedding debt. Serve Adam, neutral process server, no theatrics. Collect disclosures, any loans, cards, or contracts in the last 12 months, wedding or otherwise. Negotiate a settlement that gives me exclusive possession of the rental through the lease and the car in my name. He keeps his gear and the debt he made. No social media fireworks. If we need pressure, we have law. She also had a page labeled Safety. Women get killed for less than a canceled wedding. She asked, any history of physical aggression? I said, no. She still slid me a card. Advocate hotline, police non-emergency, and a script. I am requesting a civil standby to collect belongings due to marital breakdown and safety concerns. I hope none of you ever have to read a script like that into a phone at 11 p.m. If you do, rehearse it once out loud. Act X, the goodbye that wasn't a scene. Adam accepted service like a man performing grace under misadventure. He texted, we can fix this. We can go to therapy. I replied, I'm engaging with you through counsel only. Please send disclosures by Friday. He tried 3 more times. I set do not disturb on his contact. He showed up once. The dog barked an opinion that matched mine. I called the non-emergency line with the script. Officers came, calm and bored, my favorite kind, and stood by while he took 2 suitcases and a box labeled misc cables. He cried, I did not. The next day, Eliza posted a photo of a lake with the caption, New Start, and turned off her comments. I double-tapped because my petty is well-mannered. Act Winks, administrative revenge, copy this. Here's the boringly effective work I did over the next 3 weeks. Banking, new personal checking, moved direct deposit, removed him from my card, reduced joint card limit to $500, set alerts for any charge over $1. Petty and satisfying. Credit, freeze all 3 bureaus, added fraud alert because a man who signs venue contracts could sign anything. Insurance, removed him as authorized on renter's insurance, added scheduled rider for jewelry, including the ring I kept because I get to decide symbolism. Passwords, password manager rollout, hardware key for email and bank, 2FA everywhere, audited password reset emails and phone numbers, mail, P.O. box for 3 months, changed billing addresses for anything sensitive, calendar, stopped sharing calendars, turned off all old family automations. He can schedule his own teeth. Household. Listed 3 high-risk smart devices, camera, door lock, thermostat, and factory reset them. Added new codes, updated firmware, gave the dog a new tag because she deserves fresh fonts. I also made a file called Future, where I put documents that prove I kept my life tidy, even while it tried to flip. Pay stubs, rent receipts, dog vaccination records. A judge who sees a binder is a judge held. Act Folks, the meeting that closed the book. 2 months later, we sat across from a mediator. Ms. Patel looked like a librarian in a heist movie, calm, lethal with a binder. Adam's lawyer did the high school debate team chin. Adam looked smaller, like a suit that forgot the person. We laid out a settlement. I kept the rental until the lease ended. He released any claim. He took his name off the utilities. I kept the car in my name. He kept his guitar, camera, and the pity plant. He reimbursed the $10,300 already paid and accepted responsibility for any wedding-related debts, in writing, in ink. We each kept our retirement accounts as is. No one touched the dog or my grandmother's sideboard. Some lines are bright. Mutual non-disparagement. If a story appears online that sounds like me, it will be from my mouth and no one else's. He signed. He didn't apologize. He said, "We were so good once." I said, "We were good at ignoring screens." He laughed despite himself because he knows I'm funnier when I'm done. Act 3. The after. How quiet sounds. I moved my desk under a window that faces a neighbor's lemon tree. The dog learned a new route to the park that doesn't angle toward the street he moved to. I kept a vase of eucalyptus on our table for a week, then I replaced it with peonies I bought for myself, full price, because I don't need a venue to see me walk into a room wearing a dress that fits my life. Eliza sent one more email. Thank you for being decent to me when you had no reason to. Decency is not virtue, it's strategy and it's comfortable. She told me she got her deposits back and gave away her palette to a cousin. Honey and Sage and Rust live somewhere else now, doing their maximal best. Sycamore House sent a gift card to their cafe with a note. For a coffee on a day, you want a new view. I went once. I sat where the couples do their walkthroughs and listened to a chef tell someone about late-night arepas. I thought, I hope your paperwork is as glossy as your vows. Then I thought, that's none of my business, and I drank my espresso. What I want you to steal. If you're reading this because a voicemail doesn't match your life, borrow my map. You don't have to scream. You can. Ask the vendor to send the contract for alignment. You are allowed to receive objects that affect you. Search the court's index for a license application. Public doesn't always mean downloadable. It always means findable. Turn on Show Declined Events. Secret calendars often leave ghost fingerprints. Follow the money. Joint to venue, then personal to joint to paper over it. Bank descriptions, events, merchant codes tell a story. Write one good email, facts, attachments, polite legal nouns. Vendors will protect themselves and you benefit. Let counsel do the sharp edges. You do soups and eucalyptus. They do letters and clauses. Use a no, don't know list. Your brain wants a villain monologue. Give it bullet points. Protect the boring perimeter. Freezes, passwords, mail, devices. You'll need lights while you pack. You can leave without a dress rehearsal. You can leave with the lights on. You can leave with the deposits rolling back like tide. CTA. If this story gave you calm, tap like and subscribe. I post long-form, true-style stories where receipts beat performances. Double lives, contract traps, and the quiet, wildly satisfying art of letting paper keep your dignity. In the comments, tell me the most powerful, boring step you ever took. A clause you read, a call you made, a log you exported.